Welcome to this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, a podcast we chart the cinematic legacy of the classic monsters. I'm John Campbell. With me as always, Brendan Jones.
Happy Thanksgiving, Christmas, John. And I know that totally dates this.
Always dating the show. You are always the one who's like, well, we just had an election or whatever. You know?
Yeah, this will be posted sometime in 2024 when this doesn't apply. But still, whenever you hear this, listeners, I want to say thank you I'm thankful for you.
Yes.
You're listening to us talk about movies good and bad.
Yeah.
Mostly movies that are bad.
Is that the case this week, Brendan? Is this a bad movie?
Okay. I'm coming out with a warmish take. It's warmish. This one you would be able to handle with your bare hands, but this is the kind of take where you'd be like, ooh, and you'd set it down.
Right, yes,
okay.
Yeah. But for a little while you could hold it, yes.
And it's also, I gotta say, this is your fault. This is the result of this podcast, what it's done to me.
Yes.
This movie is not good.
No.
This movie is very bad.
Correct.
But it was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay to watch and infinitely preferable to some of the ones we have watched fairly recently.
We predicted this last week, and I thought this would be the case, that after watching an Asylum movie, whatever we watch next was going to go up like a full letter grade, and that is the case here, because there is some level of competency here, and two, the biggest thing I thought about this is it does seem like there is some level of investment from the people making it. They have limited resources, but this actually seems like a filmmaker who had a creative vision of some sort. A
creative vision, which was a lot of copy paste from other movies.
This meets the goddamn IMDb description calls it Buffy meets Star Trek. So
which, and by the way, I disagree with and then set in a Mad Max world. They say that too. None of that is accurate.
No.
All it is this is Bobo aliens.
Alien. Now that's interesting. I did get some aliens, but the biggest thing I got from this is Firefly.
Oh,
the crew, the interaction, the way there's sort of these mercenaries who are like, we just play around.
Well, they're not mercenaries. They're VSAN. We're going to talk about.
Yeah,
anyway,
but they're outside the Star Command or whatever it is, right?
What this one right off the bat reminded me of course, was Dracula 3000, which we already did. And Dracula 3000, and by the way, when this thing opens with a direct-to-camera video message from one of the vampires,
like, oh no!
I was sitting there going, "Did Udo Kier just leave that set?"
Yeah.
From Dracula 3000. They're like, "Thank you, Mr. Kier. Let's bring in our vampire guy." Mm-hmm. But anyway, this movie is garbage. But I will say, this movie, one of the reasons I was softer on it was it is a step above. It's actually probably a couple steps above Dracula 3000,
Definitely.
Which was similar in concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's vampire hunting in space. But this one is better because of what you're saying. Here's where I think the director-writer guy.
Yeah. This is another auteur vision.
Yes, an auteur
from
vision. From
Matthew Hastings is the guy who made this.
There you go. He was aware of his budgetary limitations.
Yes.
Spent his money where he could, and it doesn't help too much. But what he did as a writer, that's smart. And again, I'm not saying the writing's good.
No.
But he actually gave us character motivations. He gives us scenes where they talk. There are conflicts. Yes. There are conflicts that actually get resolved. There are through lines for all this very small crew, but at least you're like going, oh, he's actually trying to put interpersonal drama in this dumb vampires in space movie.
I do think that, because that's what that's what I'm saying about like having creative vision or whatever. This really strikes as like, I have this script. I can get this much money. Okay, well, we'll cut some of the more expensive. Like, it just felt like a compromise. He had a big vision, and then he just kept compromising. And
you know what this really feels like? This really feels like I couldn't get my comic published. So I've turned it into a screenplay.
Well, the other thing I kept thinking
about is very comic book. That could also be a thing where I was like,
yeah,
all right, kind of grudgingly will give this guy, like, I can see it.
Well, and this guy is like an actor. He's a TV guy. He's a TV producer and writer and director. And, you know, worked on a lot of Sci-Fi Channel stuff. And I have to say, this one really, I was like, is this a movie or is this the pilot for a Sci-Fi Channel series?
That also
really has that vibe. Feel. Like, this feels like what would have been, because he worked on, do you remember Alphas on the Sci-Fi Channel? That was their X-Men show with David Strathairn.
Yes, I actually watched it.
Of course I watched it. We were the target audience for Alphas.
Yeah, I remember
he was one of the main creative forces behind that. He also was one of the executive producers of Eureka. So that's kind of the level we're working at here. But I find all of that stuff baseline watchable, much like how I found this movie. Like, watchable. It's not good, but this is not I didn't find this a tough sit like some of the other stuff
I didn't.
There's places where you're like, hey, I wish this was better. There's some cool ideas.
I felt a weird sympathy. Because what I was seeing here is, I'll also give a shout out to the main actors in this.
Yeah.
The main actors in this are all TV and soap opera competent. And at least our two main guys, and of course there's a legend in there, which we'll get to as well.
Well, yes, yeah.
Those people,
for the day he worked on this,
they're actually acting. Like, they're actually good enough to where I was like, oh, you have skills.
Yeah.
And even with dialogue that's this goofy, look at you acting.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of, again, wish that this guy had more money.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the it's terrible sci-fi set dressing. Basically, if you want to watch a movie, now granted, these guys are like sanitation workers of space.
Right.
But every set looks like Joel and the bots on the Satellite of Love. I kept expecting numbers to show up on the doors.
The one that really got me is when they went to that like kind of seedy like red light district planet, and I'm like, literally that is like a piece of sheet metal and Christmas lights, and that's it.
Yep.
And they were just blinking lights in front of what looks like a hastily put together shed in someone's backyard. And you're like, that's the space brothel.
Their spaceship is literally stage ready for a live stage show, but it would still be criticized. It looks like it's as convincing as the cockpit set in Plan 9. It is as convincing as that shower curtain.
They list the budget here at an estimated $1.7 million.
Yeah, and it all went towards getting some mid-level fine enough actors, and hopefully,
and Michael Ironside for a day.
Yeah, paying for Michael Ironside for a day. And he's having fun in this.
I really enjoyed Michael Ironside, and I love Michael Ironside in anything, but he is really like, got it, be sci-fi, and he's in dumb makeup, and he is chewing that scenery.
The reason I really enjoy his 5 minutes of screen time is that it's not a Michael Ironside type role.
No.
And he is having fun because he's like, oh, I get to be over the top.
Yeah, they don't. I never get asked to do this. I'm not a stern general in this or whatever, Right. Which is so often I think of him from like Top Gun, where he's like, God damn it, Maverick.
That's his thing is like being flinty. And here he is literally able to be like a theatrical villain.
Right.
And he's having a good time.
He is. And so that was kind of, this movie is, there's a scrappiness to this movie that even though it's not working, it's the exact opposite of what we were talking about last week. You're like, but it seems like everybody is trying to make it as good as possible. They know they have limitations, but it doesn't have that total checked out, just like, whatever, it's an asylum, who gives a shit?
Yes, this doesn't feel like who gives a shit, and it does have the feel, like you were saying, that this was more than likely a pitch for a series. And
the ending really has that, like, well, I guess we're going to be stuck together for a while. Watch us fight vampires.
On to our next adventure.
Watch us fight vampires each and every week, Fridays on the Sci-Fi Channel, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he saw that. And by the way, apparently the original title and the title in many other places is Vampire Wars: Battle for the Universe.
It's a bit long, too.
Yeah.
That's a bit goofy.
Vampire Wars might have been better.
Appropriate.
Vampire Wars might have been better than Bloodsuckers.
Yeah. Bloodsuckers doesn't give you anything about how, this world. It doesn't set that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Should we just get into it?
I immediately love that you talk about comic book goofiness. Like, it's not good, but I do love that it's like mankind ventured into space and we found life. Unfortunately, it was all vampiric, and I just love. So it's like we go out into the universe. It's like, oh shit, every planet has vampires.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what a funny, silly, just total goofball comic idea. That, like, it's Star Trek, but instead of finding, all the various alien races, we just find shades of vampires.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, my mic got
oh, no worries. Yes, I can hear you okay. But I just love that idea of, it's just like, oh, what? Another planet of vampires.
What?
It's so dumb, but also, like, great in a cheesy B-movie or comic book kind of way.
Yeah, and it's delivered with all the like tough guy grit that you expect, because we are setting up this sort of like
mankind ventured into the stars, that sort of thing, right?
These are not Van Helsing types. These are like you were saying, kind of mercenaries, but they're like, here's the thing. I mean, they're ventured out
a little bit
all
similar
intelligent
to
life.
I was thinking about what the Buffy comparison. It's closer to like Aliens meets John Carpenter's Vampires, where they're a little bit more the blue collar, like, yeah, man, it's a fucking living killing these vampires.
Here's the thing that I found really funny about this when we get to our crew makeup, because they work for an organization called VSAN.
Yep.
And basically stands for Vampire Sanitation or Vampiric Sanitation or something.
Yeah.
And these are the guys who go out basically cleaning up vampires from around to make it safe for humans to travel in space. So this is their job. What I find hilarious is that VSAN apparently sends out crews of 5 people.
You're right, yeah.
Crews of 5 people in a ship to go fight vampires when the entire universe, all intelligent life is vampiric.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just okay. And then this whole thing is goofy enough, but then the vampire, oh God. Sorry. But the aesthetics of this universe are this is a movie that if you had told me had shot in 1989, 1990, I would totally have bought it.
Yeah, man. We're back in Star Hunter territory, which I think I think Michael Ironside is also in that.
Well, no, yes, he is, but I will say that this isn't that, because that's more sci-fi. Every time these guys are in their uniforms or off duty, they look like they are walking around the mall in 1991.
Yes.
And the music is not 2005. The music is from like 92, 93. It all sounds like,
oh my God,
the bands that I was competing with when I was in a band.
All the like grunge / kind of late, like alternative prog rock kind of stuff, right? Like,
and you're like, okay. And so it's weirdly out of date. Now, maybe sometime this is 22. What'd they say the date was? 2270 something or
something like that. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
But I'm sitting there going, wow, must have had a
2210 according to IMDb.
Okay. So they had some resurgence of nostalgia for the 1990s, I guess.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But no, of course, it's all bands that sound like. It's not actually like Pearl Jam.
No, right.
No.
I looked at because on the Wikipedia page, they list the entire tracks on the soundtrack. And you know that they're, pretty poor when I think maybe 2 of the bands had blue links. meaning two of the bands have their own Wikipedia page. The others are like, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah, it's all stuff where you're like, oh man, is that Alice in Chains? No. But for a split second you go like, I think I know this. No, I don't know this actually. It sounds kind of familiar,
there was one that sounded so close to, even though this isn't very 90s, well, 90s-ish, but there was kind of a Bare Naked Ladies-ish one that for half a second I was like, damn, did they get Bare Naked?
They might have. It's a Canadian production.
Turns out it is not them.
Yeah, no, even still, man, they're like, hey, man, even for our fellow countrymen, no.
It was just ridiculously lame. And then
all the music choices are very much shoehorned in, and every time they cued a needle drop, I was like, what? This is not a movie that should have that song in it at all.
No. And then you have the makeup of the crew itself. This is where, of course, Aliens really came to mind, where it's like, all right, I will say the guy gave people backstories to some degree and motivations and personality, and the actors are doing their best.
Yeah.
But it is a thing where they're so stock. You've got you've got the military-ish guy who wears a cowboy hat. He's like, I'm just here to do my job, and I hate these suckheads. He doesn't say suckheads.
Yeah.
I hate these guys and because they killed my family, and I'm going to take them out.
Yeah.
He's not really Southern, but he's wearing a cowboy hat.
But he is he's a Canadian Southern, you know.
He's Canadian Southern. Then you've got you basically have, okay, let's swap out the really tough I hasten to use the word butch. Instead of Latina, now she's an Asian woman.
Yep.
But it's essentially the exact same type of character.
Yeah.
It's basically Vasquez, but instead it's Wong, Rosa Wong.
Yep.
And she's angry and she's tough. And she's like, man, you just need to get laid. Ha ha. And she's like broing out with the cowboy hat guy.
Yeah, that's the thing when you talk about, they give everybody enough shading a character, but yes, it's just like, it's pretty stock in that way, right?
Yeah.
Where you're just like, okay, that's your character. Everyone, this is why this is better than a lot of the stuff, because everyone has characteristics. Now they all only have one characteristic, but that's still better than most of the movies we're watching.
It's still better than them being like just an analogous, lump. Then you've got the outsider.
Yeah.
Then you've got, instead of an android that everyone distrusts because, man, we don't need no fucking android in our crew. We don't trust you, even though you've got special abilities.
Yep.
In this case, they have an actual vampire on their crew who's part of the crew, but they don't trust her. This is where I'm thinking, like, how long has this crew been together? Because when we meet them,
it's
the only newbie is, and he's like, this is my first vampire hunt.
Yeah.
And within 2 seconds, he will be the tough new leader of the group.
Of course.
But so he should be the only newbie, but they are acting like, oh God, what do they call her? What's her name?
Well, her name is Quintana. Yeah.
Quintana.
Yeah.
So, but they're distrustful of her. I'm like, haven't you guys been on missions with her? Because they're like, just don't suck my blood, okay?
It's unclear how long the crew's going to get, because they all have this undying loyalty to the captain, Churchill, who is Joe Lando, who, of course, people probably best remember from Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, right?
I missed that beautiful, long, curly hair of his, I'm telling you.
I know, it took me a second to go, like, what do I know? Oh, my God, yes, of course.
And I will say, he is one of the better actors in this. He's one of those guys where I'm like, you are invested.
And he's a guy
who's actually here to do this.
Soap operas, Hallmark movies, straight-to-video stuff. He is a good actor who often is in stuff that's not great, but he's solid. He's a pro. His very first screen appearance was in Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home, where he played San Francisco police officer. So,
wow, good on you, Joe Lando.
He's probably the guy who's like, what's happening in this park?
Yes. He's the guy who bumps into the invisible, the cloaked,
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure if I think long enough, I'll remember where he is in the movie. I've seen it enough, but
I'm sure you will.
I
You'll
have
let me know.
seen that movie so many times. So they all have this undying loyalty to this captain, but yes, some kind of weird mistrust. Where clearly, like, the cowboy guy and the tough girl have been with the captain for a while. Where the vampire lady came into it is unclear, but obviously long enough that it makes Damien, who is our new guy, the new guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He is the newest of the new guys. Because even if they don't trust Quintana, at least when they're out in the field, they know that she can take care of herself and that she is useful. He is on this first mission on some Canadian planet.
Well, this guy,
beautiful, like Canadian wilderness.
I can tell you,
that's not Earth. That is so Earth.
No, yeah, I do like every time they're in it. This is shot in beautiful Squamish, British Columbia, folks.
And it is
when in Vancouver, do visit.
Make sure you stay at the La Quinta, the Quintana La Quinta in beautiful British Columbia.
Guests of Bloodsuckers stay at.
It is, again, it actually reminds me of Sci-Fi, because Sci-Fi basically, I think, funded Canada for a while.
Well, and everyone
because it reminds me of their Flash Gordon series,
which this guy fucking directed. The guy directed that Flash Gordon movie.
Yeah,
and that Flash Gordon show. Really? He did the pilot of the Flash Gordon show, and he was
this
one
is
of the
Mongo.
Yeah,
this is Mongo. Again, it's the same British Columbia.
Once again, though, I feel like Matthew Hastings is probably a guy we'd get along with, because clearly all of his interests are ours. He just is doing the best he can with what resources are at his disposal. Where he's like, I want to make a Flash Gordon show. I can only get this, this, and this, but God damn it if I'm not going to try.
Yeah, and they'll go, we'll call it a bold reimagining, which is always a way of saying we didn't have the budget to give you actual Flash Gordon stuff.
He also did, do you remember Painkiller Jane?
I remember
that was a Sci-Fi Channel show. That was also this guy.
Yeah, I remember the comic, and and
they did.
Did I watch an episode? I don't remember if I did.
They did. I think they only did one season, but still, that was so. I mean, this guy. The Sci-Fi Channel-ness of this, and this wasn't a sci-fi. This is a Lionsgate home entertainment release.
Well, that's them being the distributors.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was made for Sci-Fi and probably aired on Sci-Fi. Because when it came to actually
has that vibe. I was gonna say I don't know if it must have aired on Sci-Fi Channel, because if it didn't, then that's Sci-Fi Channel's mistake. Because this is 100% in the kind of programming they put on at this time. This is everything Mike Gergoni watched when I knew him in high school. It really was. I love Gergoni. I'm not, but Gergoni he is true to his genres, and he doesn't deviate much. So he will drill in much deeper than I will into sci-fi fantasy stuff, because it's very important. Those genre trappings are very important to him in a way that I'm like, well, I like those, but if they're really good.
Yes, there has to be. I mean, I support anyone that goes for fantasy, sci-fi, comic book kind of stuff. Yeah. But I still can be discriminating. It's like I can say thank you, no.
Yeah, he might be better.
I mean, as a kid, when I was young, I would watch those TV movies of Captain America, the attempt,
of course,
and Doctor Strange and all that stuff from the 70s, and I knew they weren't good, and I was like, well, thank you anyway. It's at least close.
Even the era I grew up in, it was hard to be discriminated as a superhero fan, because they really were pretty rare. So you were gonna watch very few things if you were super discriminating for superhero stuff.
Yes.
But this stuff is like, as you're talking about, I'm watching this going like, well, this is okay, but I'd rather pop in my 4K of Aliens, which is one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. I love that movie.
It is perhaps one of the best, if not the best, sequels of all time.
Yeah, it's definitely in that discussion for sure. I love that movie. This definitely wants to have some of that vibe. But yeah, Sci-Fi Channel it was screaming Sci-Fi Channel at me, because I did see a lot of that stuff. And it was always, those were always they got decent people. They were always clearly shot in Canada. I watched any of the ones Bruce Campbell was in.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, I love him too, but
I will watch this stuff if it's, But yeah, everybody here is Canadian. But everybody here has a lot of credits. This is not like the Asylum movie we were watching last week, where they're either only in Asylum movies or it's the only thing they've ever done. All these people work a lot. Now, they're all in the same stuff. They're all in Battlestar Galactica. They're all in Supernatural.
Right.
They're all
exactly.
Because our main guy, who's the new guy who ends up, Dominic Zabronka, is his Zembronka.
I was surprised to see that he was Bruno Mannheim. Did you see that?
I did.
Did it cause you to choke on your beverage?
It did, yeah. No, I did see that, and of course that another show that shot in Canada, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but I've got one of those things where I'm like, God, I didn't remember that offhand, but lots of stuff.
Me either.
But of course, he played Jammer on Battlestar Galactica, one of the
for a few episodes.
Yeah, he did 10 episodes of that, so he's one of the Viper pilots in that. You know, and that's like, but yeah, if you are, I've talked about this, if you're even a halfway decent actor and you live in Vancouver, you can guest star on television for the rest of your life. Really,
it's very true.
Yeah, I mean, you probably won't necessarily be a regular, but you can at least do one episode of every CWDC
Basically,
show.
You need to live in Vancouver or you need to move to Georgia now.
Yeah, Georgia's big. It used
Georgia.
to be North Carolina. Remember, that was big for a while. All the WB shows shot, like Dawson's Creek. I just thought that was Dawson's Creek took place in like Maine or whatever and shot in North Carolina.
Well,
they got creeks.
It's cheap.
They got creeks everywhere, man.
You need a creek? I got a creek.
I mean, man, this movie even has.
I can get you a creek.
Yeah. Did you immediately spot the Deloise in this movie?
Oh, I did. Actually, I enjoyed it. I thought,
there is never a doubt when you're looking at a Deloise.
Oh, no. The complete Deloise. And I thought he's good in this part.
Yeah, he's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, my God. This movie broke me. I'm like sitting there going, hey, that's all right. And then I'm like ashamed of every minute. I was like, oh, I thought that was okay. Oh.
This is Michael Deloise.
This is Michael Deloise, and you can always tell, as you said.
Yeah, there's the Deloises are easily identifiable.
And he plays kind of one. Here's the thing that doesn't work in the movie. We haven't actually kind of gotten into the plot. Not that there's much of a plot.
Well, yeah, we've set up the basic world, which is space is just mostly vampires.
It's mostly vampires, and I need to I need to smack our writer-director auteur in the face.
Oh,
because this felt, I mean, I get the comic bookiness of it, and I think that he needed to pick a lane because he could have gone, there's a part of this that's wanting to go winky, like, you guys are in on this. There's a little bit of a Raimi to it where it's like, hey, guys, we're in a cartoony universe. But then there's also all this grounded stuff. You're like, okay, you need to figure out what you're doing. Because one of the most comic booky things that I did not like is when they're sitting there going like, hey, the first race of vampires were going to go up because there's different vampires.
Yeah.
First race are going up. They're called the Vorhi.
Mm-hmm.
The Vorhi.
The Vorhi.
Yep. And later on in the movie, they'll go up against a different race of vampires called the Leatherfaces.
Yep.
Vorhi.
I don't see your problem. What are you indicating?
I'm surprised the movie ended without them going up against the Myerses.
I was gonna say, they're saving the Krugarians for the series.
Mm-hmm.
They have sharp fingers.
Jesus.
No, yeah,
and that's also a thing
it's very cute.
Very cute.
Yeah.
But
you're right. The tone of the movie is not cute, really. It's pretty straight-faced.
The Vorhi are the first ones. Oh, and of course that opening narration, he makes sure he goes, forget all that fairy tale crap.
Dude, we can't see a movie where that isn't said. Like, it's every one of these movies.
Crosses. Fuck that shit.
That is
these
always
guys
how these movies start.
Daylight.
Yeah.
And some of them don't even suck blood. Some of them suck essence.
Yeah.
Some of them suck or eat flesh. I'm like, well then why are these vampires? And why do they knowingly call themselves vampires? And why are they all humanoid? Well, except for one, which we'll meet later in the movie.
I hear the planet of vampires. I'm immediately flashing back to Vampirella here. I mean,
Draculon.
But the whole thing about that is that's just the one planet. I did also think, like, man, you know what my change would have been? We go out and all the planets are different monsters. So there's a werewolf planet and there's a zombie planet.
Sure.
That would have been cool. Probably more expensive, but that's an interesting idea. Like all the classic monsters.
Of the series,
all the classic monsters are in space.
Yeah,
that's
a
cool
been
idea.
Season 2.
Yeah. No, and like you're talking about, like most of the vampires are very zombie-esque in this. It does feel a lot more like space zombies than it does like vampires.
The Voorhees, well, the Leatherfaces are very much like Leatherface. They're kind of nonverbal. They're supposed to be cannibalistic, and they're just like ah.
And they do talk about them wearing their victims as trophies.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the Voorhees are basically bikers.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they're wearing T-shirts and leather biking jackets.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, these are aliens. They're not from Earth culture. And yet they're making Earth culture references. And the first one we meet, who's supposed to be the brother of Michael Ironside, this is an interesting actor choice. He's like, I'm going to sound Eastern European, like a vampire from so he's like, hey, you're a friend of mine. Hey, he's kind of Count Floyding it up.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, did you like Dr. Tong's 3D House of Representatives? And this thing is, but then we meet Michael Ironside, who's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
And he's just Michael Ironside.
I mean, he is like, again, campy and playing it up, which is fun. But he's like, he's my brother, but he's not doing any.
Well, okay, so this guy, David Palfy, who plays that character you're talking about, is actually Hungarian.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well, then, I mean, I applaud him for being true to his heritage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like, okay, they're brothers. One has that accent. I don't know what they're getting at, but they all dress like a biker gang.
That guy's married to Lois Lane from Smallville?
Get out.
Yep. Erica Durance.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that guy's very lucky. She was a very attractive lady and probably still is.
Yep. She definitely is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I hope she's still working. Probably somewhere in Canada.
Well, she was on Supergirl, and then she did play Lois Lane again in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
That's right.
Yep.
She showed back up, and it was good to see her.
And it was Clark and Lois happily married, which I appreciate.
Yep.
So anyway, in fact, actually, I wouldn't be. She's also a Canuck, of course, because
that would make sense.
They all were. I do want to get to yet another one of my procedural show crushes is in this movie, which is AJ Cook, who is not well used in this movie as the blonde woman who ends up being part of
I knew you'd bring this up because the second I saw she was on, was it Special Minds?
She's on Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
She plays Jennifer Giroux, Agent Jennifer Giroux, a.k.a. JJ on Criminal Minds.
Okay, all right. Yeah, she's not used well.
Not used well at all.
She is pretty blonde girl bait,
Yep.
But she has a secret. Oh, this is something I was getting to earlier. Maybe this was because they were looking at it as a pilot, but there's this whole backstory thing that they drop in like for 2 seconds.
Yeah, this is...
and it seems like it would be a much bigger deal, like, because it's not a bad concept. It's overly simplified here.
Yeah.
But she is I guess a collaborator.
Yeah.
Because we find out that she's not an innocent victim of the vampires. She, in fact, is working with them because she believes that human expansion into space is the same as colonialism of Earth's
and
past.
In fact, when she makes this point, it's the most Star Trek-y moment in it when they talk about Star Trek, where I'm going like, wait, she's actually kind of right when she talks about like all these like most of space is vampires, so aren't we kind of the bad guys then for going and exterminating them to live on their planets? And then the movie's just like, yeah,
and the movie's like, let's not really deal with it,
because I thought like, well,
they
that's
just
interesting.
Put it in so there was a character twist or a plot twist, and
she's a collaborator with the vampires, but she's supposed to be like this liberal-minded person. So it also is one of those things that we sometimes brought up over on the Action Shelf too, where we're like, what is this movie saying that the person who was saying, can't we all just get along, is just wrong? I'm not sure that's a good message, movie.
Yep.
because when Michael Ironside's evil, she's like, whoa, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
And then they just kill her.
They just kill her. And it is one of those things where it's like, you didn't see that coming?
No.
Don't worry. Didn't see that they would go, we don't give a shit about you. You were just a means to an end.
Don't worry for AJ Cook. Criminal Minds premiered the same year this movie came out, and she's been employed by that to this day. So
okay, well, good for you, AJ. I mean, she's very cute,
and she is a good actor. This doesn't really indicate. She's also in The Virgin Suicides, the first Sofia Coppola movie. Yeah, she's a real actor. It's just that's another bummer though. I'm like, wait, I know she's good. Why do you just like completely toss her aside in this movie?
No, Tell me, movie.
Go watch all 313 episodes she's been in.
I will
Criminal
not.
Minds.
I never will.
I have seen them all.
I never will.
Yeah. No, instead, we've got to give all the screen time to Natasha Malthe, who is, boy, you talk about, she's Sci-Fi Channel royalty at this point.
Yeah, she is of that, again, I've said this before, and I don't know if I'm right or not. Mm-hmm. Her being model turned actor.
She definitely is, yep.
She does a thing pretty well, which is if you're a TV show and you can't get, why am I blanking out? Mila Jovovich.
Oh, yes.
You get, because you need someone who's lithe and exotic looking, can look tough or sexy.
Yep.
You get her.
100%. She is.
And so she is our vampire.
She is taking the Mila Jovovich leftovers, that's fine.
Yep.
I mean, we will see. We will see her. I was telling you right before we get used to seeing her, folks. We're going to see her in 3 more movies in the coming episodes of this show. But she takes over the Blood Rain series at a certain point.
That's right. She doesn't start it. She takes over. That's right.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a thing where it's like, Blood Rain is not big time by any stretch of the imagination, but like from Blood Rain 1 to 2, there's a step down, and all of a sudden they're like, well, we need somebody at this level. And then she ends up being...
She's like, I will accept that challenge.
Yeah. And she's, she works a lot.
I mean, again, I've seen, as you said, I've seen worse.
Oh, yeah, she's fine.
And actually, this is rated R, and I kept expecting a nude scene. Sorry, I mean, that sounds creepy, but...
Well, no, you weren't fingers crossed praying for a nude scene.
No,
it is to be expected. Instead, we get something much weirder.
Much weirder, and actually, again, an interesting thing. I was like, that's an interesting concept, and I'm on board because that's unique. Mm-hmm. But still, it is she's still sexy, but she's not used as a sexual object.
I was surprised at how little she was objectified in the movie. Once again, not in a... because
our rating is all about gore in this.
We did,
that is where it all is.
If you did listen to the Action Shelf, we did talk about her. She was in DOA: Dead or Alive, the movie based on the fighting game that is mostly women in bikinis playing volleyball, if you're familiar with those games.
I will be after we finish. I've never heard of this
It's
before.
a horrible
wait,
movie.
was that movie? Which, again, it's a horrible use of a really talented...
Oh, Jamie Presley?
Thank you.
Jamie Presley is the star of that. Yeah.
Because I knew she was in a video game movie.
It's that one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Eric Roberts, of course, is the bad guy in it because he has to.
Because he has to say it.
And then I did tell you that right before we recorded that also Natasha Malthe did play Typhoid Mary in the 2005 Elektra movie. Which I have no memory of because I think I immediately erased that film from my memory.
Well, good. You need the room for other stuff.
Damn, that movie was really bad. We were talking about that because that movie is like, that Ben Affleck Daredevil isn't very good. Then you see that and you go like, the Ben Affleck Daredevil is actually not that bad.
That was one that I ended up having to do a review for when I worked for an online audio video website, and they wanted DVD reviews.
Yikes!
So I got that one for free. I didn't see it in the theater.
God,
I got the DVD for free,
Yeah.
watched it, wrote my review, and sold the DVD back to Amoeba Records in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that is not a good movie at all.
Oh, no, it's not. No.
Yeah.
No.
Even Jennifer Garner, according to the piece of trivia I have here, only did the movie because they had her under contract when she did Daredevil and was like, we will sue you if you don't make Elektra.
And she's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because that definitely hurt her career. I mean, she's fine, but it's like that was shaky.
Oh, she's fine? Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay. Jennifer Garner's doing just fine. She's swapping places with her kids over on Netflix.
She can't stop swapping places, that lady.
I know that. That one I did go. Is it 1985?
Sure
We're in our kids' bodies. And the kids are in our bodies. Oh no.
Oh no.
The antics. Please don't. I really hope those movies don't make a comeback.
I really hope I don't end up swapping bodies with anybody. Yeah. I don't want to.
But the big joke in that one is the baby swaps places with the dog.
And no one can tell the difference.
Nope. All right. Yeah. So let's see. What kind of plot is there really here?
Well, I mean, the thing is that they go where they're needed.
Yeah,
they're tracking down a specific bad vamp who Churchill had a run-in with before, and this is
in the only time the couple times they mention the vampire during the Vampire Wars,
right?
Which I'm like, so wait, what was different? So there were Vampire Wars. I mean, this is a little bit the Firefly thing, I think, too, where it's sort of like, this is kind of the Wild West of space. It's like post-war.
I'm a vet of the Vampire Wars.
Now we're in the frontier where there are vampires here and there, and we have to get them.
And Joe Lando, the captain, Churchill, he is, of course, they're like going, he was great. He's everybody's hero. Yeah. He's the best, so that's why we're so loyal. By the way, if you were afraid he was gonna not turn into a vampire in this movie, you lose.
Yeah, because
we all saw it coming.
They have this guy Damien who has joined the crew, and in the early fight he's almost killed in their first skirmish with vampires, and this is when Churchill goes, "I learned one thing in the war, man: never hesitate."
Yeah, it's okay. What I love
and I thought, I wonder if in the third act he will
actually,
not hesitate.
It's not even that long. It's not even that long, because in this same battle, they're tracking the vampires. The one that's the Hungarian guy that is supposedly the brother of.
Oh, that's Fleg. You're talking about the beloved character of Fleg.
Fleg, yeah, sorry. Fleg the Voorhee.
Yeah.
And, Jesus. Yeah. And he runs up a tree pretty cool. But I was like, wow, they spent some money on wire work. That guy ran up a tree. But
once again, I think we're so impressed because we're coming off the Asylum movie that the fact that this had any resources, like, hey.
Yeah, but they're running around a very pretty British Columbia forest in broad daylight. Yeah. That's exactly what you're expecting from a vampire movie. And but yes, Churchill tells the new guy, what is his name again?
Damien.
The character, Damien, right?
Yeah.
Damien Underwood.
Underwood.
Yes. Oh God.
That's a vampire.
So he's like, you're freaking out, and that's okay, man. It's okay. It's your first mission. Yeah. No one is perfect right off the bat.
Yeah.
And he goes, but here's the thing. The big mistake that I made that almost cost me my life. He's like, you don't hesitate. He tells him that.
Yeah.
Then in this same battle, when the bad guy's on top of him, he hesitates. He's got his silver stake up, and he's like, I don't know why he's it's an evil vampire that's about to kill him.
I know. Like, I don't know why he's doing that, because
if it was a loved one that had been turned or something, you'd be like,
that's the only time you hesitate. These things are just vicious monsters.
Yeah. So he's like, and he nearly dies, but guess what? Churchill saves his life, and this guy Fleg is like, I can tell you about this big deal that's going down.
Yeah, all the vampires, man, they're getting together
It's a big council meeting or some kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
there's secret plans, and he goes, and Churchill's like going, okay. And he goes, yeah, don't kill me. I'll tell you all about it. He's like, all right. And he goes, it's going to be on this planet this time. But he's like, okay, great. By the way, I didn't say I wasn't going to kill you or whatever. I don't know. He kills him.
Some kind of tough guy line. And then,
tough guy line.
And then kills him. And then when they get back to the ship, yes, Damien Underwood is like, hey, man, I didn't take your advice. I hesitated. I don't think vampire hunting's for me. I'm going to quit. And for reasons I don't fully understand, Churchill's like, no, I see something in you, man.
Yeah.
You got to give it some time. You could be a great vampire hunter one day.
Then the red light goes off and they go, movie sign, and the Mads send them the Beast of Yucca Flats.
It kind of actually does have that moment because it is like, what's this, a distress call?
Yeah.
And they by the way, I forgot the moment when they have the flag on the ground, because Damien has to get the line about like, I don't know, man, he doesn't look like him. He just looks like a guy to me. And they're like, really? Take a look through this scanner. And he's got some kind of demonic face under that. And they're like, not so pretty now, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's weird, like, I'm going to sci-fi up ideas of vampires, but none of it makes any sense. Sorry, auteur. This thing where it's like, look through the
it never comes back in any way either. They just set this up. And
the UV scanner or something.
That's it, yeah.
And it reveals that even though to us it looks like an actor with big fake fangs in his mouth, through the scanner, it looks like some sort of like skeletal demon dude with big fangs.
Yeah, and he's got like the sunken in eyes of like a skeleton, and you just
and then the vampire makes a quip about it, like he goes, like what you see.
No. And I'm just going like, well, there's not a remote moment of anything close to scary in this movie. Oh
no. Even later on when we meet some sort of Kolchak-esque bat demon full body suit vampire
for about a second that they could afford that.
It really gave me Kolchak vibes. Not in a good way. There was
that's the thing. Kolchak without Kolchak.
But that's like Garfield.
It's just like that. So they answer this distress signal and they find this human outpost that's been massacred. And the big thing here is you have the guy on the distress signal going like, "We come in peace."
Oh well,
was that the beginning?
That's at the very. That's the beginning. Okay, is that the Voorhees?
Yeah,
and that was the guy they killed. Flag is the guy going like,
that's
right.
That's right.
Vampires aren't all bad.
Hey, man.
We are here to talk to you in peace.
Hey, listen up, bro.
Was his. Yeah, just open the door. Invite us inside your medical facility, whatever it is. Man. But the distress call comes from your best friend, the cutie blonde, who's like,
Cook.
"Hey, I'm all alone. I'm a scientist, and you have to save me."
Yeah.
So they save her.
They find her, and she's like, "Oh no, it was terrible. All the people here got killed, and they are kind of suspicious of her a little bit, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, right off the bat, they're like, "Well, if they did, how did you do this?" And she goes, "Don't." Stop asking questions.
I hid in that box, I guess.
I hid in that box.
Yeah.
And
so then they have to go down into the tunnel system of this very aliens.
And it turns out, hey, these are the Leatherfaces, by the way.
Yeah, these are.
And there's more of them than they anticipated. And Churchill and Damien, they get overwhelmed.
They get overwhelmed, and he ends up. Churchill gets grabbed.
Sacrifices himself.
He gets grabbed. And Damien,
he's like, close the door. You get back there. You take care of my crew.
We've never seen this before. You've got to leave me behind.
I'm doing the heroic sacrifice thing. And you definitely won't see me back later as a vampire.
Well, I did think.
I swear.
I did think. Yeah, I'm sure that's the last they're going to use Joe Lando. They brought him in here for 15 minutes.
Because this is like really only about 12 minutes into the movie, and I was like, no, we'll see him again.
Well, I also love he's literally engulfed by a bunch of these guys, and the crew is going, no, man, we got to go back. I'm like, no, he's actively being torn apart right now by people.
We have to go back to him. He might still have his spleen. He doesn't have the spleen. Okay, but he might still have his liver. No, the liver's gone.
Yeah,
okay,
I know. I just thought like he disappeared under a pile of these creatures.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, they do, because they do have this argument on the ship, because everybody's pissed at Damien, right? Because you left him behind, man. You're a fucking coward.
He's like, he told me to leave him behind.
It was his idea, and they're all like, sure. And then he does say at one point, he goes, well, we're supposed to go back for a corpse? They go, yeah, don't you know they keep their bodies as trophies? The captain deserves better than that. And I just thought, like, that's so stupid. It's like, we should go back and die.
So stupid. I know, at this point, our crew of 3 people. Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay.
And then and of course, everybody's just like, well, as soon as we get to an outpost, man, we're ditching your ass. You're not going to be our captain.
You're not our captain. And he's like, man, heavy hangs the head that wears the crown.
Man, it's harder than it looks.
But I will say that he does pretty much automatically, the actor's fault. The script requires him to pretty much immediately become the tough captain that he's
suddenly a
clearly wasn't
different
in the first scene.
Well, that's what I don't understand.
So it just takes the death. Yeah, he's incredibly competent from this point on.
Well, that's why I don't understand. He hesitates in the field and he doesn't think vampire hunting's for him. But then later we'll find out he was like a good military officer who got drummed. And so I'm like, wait a minute. So then doesn't he have combat experience? Why was he hesitating earlier?
Yeah. Well, but maybe it. What? Wait, was it during the Vampire Wars? I guess that's the only wars.
I mean, so I don't know.
Why would he was so weird about killing vampires in the field?
He was every time they said Star Command. By the way, all I could think of was Buzz Lightyear because that's always the Star Command. Come in.
Well, here's the thing: they say Star Command and they say Starfleet.
And when they said that, I'm like, Paramount's like, oh, Jesus, get our lawyers on the phone.
I'm like, guys, is it that hard to come up with variations that don't just point to things that people are going to think about?
Yeah.
There are plenty of different names you can call an organization of space travelers or whatever, military.
No,
and they're like, no,
too
Starfleet,
hard, man.
That's what it'll all be called. It'll all be called Starfleet.
That's all the thing, yeah. As soon as they said beaming, beam me out of here. It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
There is no teleportation in this, and thank God.
No,
because there isn't. Listen, I love the fact that we have achieved hyperspace travel in this universe, but we're still using these big machine guns. And to fight the vampires, we also have the shiny steak sticks.
Yeah, of course.
But that's it.
Shiny steak sticks. And they do go into like, well, every vampire, there's a different way to kill them. And then I didn't feel they did enough with that.
Oh, I know. They certainly didn't.
Because they established as like, well, no, this one you've got to puncture the heart. This one you've got to do this. And I thought like,
yeah,
okay.
The thing with the Voorhees is they have this skeletal structure that's like armored and you can't get through it. So,
by the way, it's just what the Reapers from Blade 2 have.
Yeah.
Where they have the extra bone around their heart.
And they're doing the whole thing about, then you've got, the leatherheads don't have that, but they're sensitive to this, or it's just all Jesus.
And then but then it kind of just drops and they all just sort of die the regular way vampires do. Yeah.
They all die just by being shot. That's just it.
Yeah, I would love it. They go through all of
it. There's also the kill thing later in the movie with the staff through the chest thing.
But I love the idea of like, you can do this, you can kill these guys with this, or they'll all die with bullets. So if you want to just do that, that's the simplest.
If you just want to shoot them, that's probably the best way because it's at a distance.
So our new captain here, Damien Underwood, goes to the vampire woman Quintana, and this is where she learns. She's like, I can't remember what she says. She has something about like, you wanted to apologize for this, and he's like, how'd you know? It's like, oh, I read minds.
Yeah, I read minds. And she goes, I usually will ask permission, but sometimes it just,
Yeah, okay. It's just like, I don't know. He also came in with kind of a sad look on his face. It's kind of like anytime Troy senses someone's emotions on Next Generation.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, I will destroy your ship. I sense much hostility, Captain.
Yeah.
Jesus. Thanks, Troy.
I feel that you're troubled. Is it because I'm crying in the corner?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's okay.
That show had to vacillate so much between she's either the most powerful character in the whole franchise or she's totally useless. Depends on the needs of the plot.
I love the fact that the ship's counselor, and sure, it makes sense, but it's literally you've got the captain in the middle, you've got your first officer, and then you've got her.
Yeah,
they're the triumvirate.
Somebody
the counselor.
I did hear somebody say that once. There is no more '80s idea than that the therapist is as important as the captain and the first officer. That is a very...
They tried for a bit where they would just like have Picard turn around and go, what are your feelings on this?
Yeah.
And she said, I sense that he is lying to us.
I have stood by this so long. That character, people would hate if Marina Sirtis wasn't as charming as she is. That character is so poorly written often on that show. But she is so likable.
Inconsistent too.
Yeah, but she is so likable that we were fine with it. Like, and there are good storylines with her.
I just spent the entire series going, I hope she and Riker end up together.
And they do, man. They get married in Star Trek Nemesis.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. And they stay.
If I had not watched it.
Yeah. There we go. So, all right. So so they go to this planet. Oh, she also has a thing about like, do you mind? And she's just like, do you mind if I drink some blood in front of you? Is that gonna weird you out? And he's like,
yeah.
No, that's fine.
And then no, you got to eat.
Yeah, and she does. She goes, I have to feed to control the hunger, which I just thought such a toss of it. I'm like, yeah, me too, lady. Sometimes I have to eat to control the hunger. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought like what a like nothing line that is.
Again, I
and also,
thinking,
but
like,
the other thing is,
all V-SAN ships have a vampire crew member, or is she like the Spock where she's like it?
You know what I love? The movie never shows us another V-SAN ship.
Wait, isn't there like a brief thing where it's like, all right, guys, let's team up? Isn't there? Maybe in a flashback?
Maybe in something like that. But I'm going to say, we don't get much of a sense of the V-SAN operation.
We don't.
So whatever your answer is whatever you want it to be, basically.
Yeah, there's the little nods to like protocol later on when they're like, we put in for a transfer because we don't want to work with you anymore, Damien.
Yeah.
And then some official who's also Canadian. Weirdly, everywhere they go in the galaxy, Canadians.
He says, take off, you hosers.
He's like, you guys don't even have a military record, so we don't have to, you're not even with Visa anymore.
Yeah.
Which is basically Damien finds some way to...
So take your poutine and get out my face, eh?
Basically, he has come up with a way to keep them in his crew.
Yeah, because the whole movie has to be this reluctant, we're the reluctant crew and we don't trust this guy. But also,
this guy got our beloved captain killed.
This is where I'm saying the movie's watchable, but like when you do start to break down, so they drop AJ Cook off on this planet, and I did think, what's the point of this character? And then she'll come back.
They literally dump her for a long time.
And then when she comes back, I'm like, well, wait a minute, what? Okay, yeah, then she's this.
She's a bad guy suddenly?
Yeah, but then kind of not, but is, because the movie doesn't know, like it accidentally makes a point about colonialism.
Yep. But, I mean, obviously this was supposed to be the big plot twist.
Yeah,
like, okay.
But like I said, it's like, but it's not good when the bad guys are talking and I'm like, they're kind of right.
Yeah, they've got a point there.
Yeah, but it's not like a Killmonger thing where it's like, you're right, but you're doing the wrong thing about it. It's just like, no, they're kind of right. It just, like, Michael Ironside's just a dick.
Or you could have the thing be, they're kind of right, and then the characters themselves
are forced to reckon with that or something.
And they go, oh, man, you've got a good point. However, these are monsters who are killing me, so I'll kill them.
No,
but I'm going to really think about what you said.
They introduce this, like, moral discussion, and then they just have no conversation. They just introduce, like, whoa, that's way too interesting to just toss aside.
Yes.
You've now made me think about this world, which is not a good thing, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so there's
they are all forced to be the crew, but they're like, yeah, but we don't have to like you, man.
Not only are they, sort of suspicious of Quintana, even though I guess they've served with her for a long time, they don't like Damien.
Yeah. The other thing I was saying about when they set up the like, well, I need blood to keep the hunger at bay. Didn't you think at some point then she was going to run out of blood or something and go into like a feral state?
No, because I guess I could have done the Vampirella thing where it shows her valiantly fighting it or because she won't hurt them.
That's what I mean. It's like something where that's like a plot point. Otherwise, why include that line?
Yeah.
It's just like there's never a point. I wanted something where they would be forced to actually deal with their feelings of not trusting her, and they kind of never do.
No. Well, the thing is, this sets up lots of things that they never deal with, probably because, like we said, they're probably holding on. That will be a crux of the series.
Yeah. I don't see anything specifically about this being a backdoor pilot, but it really feels like it.
It feels that way.
He at least had that idea in the back of his head, even if he never told anyone.
Right. So also there's a D plot of Rosa is strongly anti Quintana, not only because she's a vampire, but also she's just so damn sexy.
God damn, yeah.
And you got a guy in the cowboy hat, bro, going like, you just need to get laid. And she goes, you need to get laid.
That character is Roman, played by Aaron Pearl.
Sure.
Of Vancouver, British Columbia, believe it or not.
Okay.
And he played the unforgettable character Bar Buddy in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. So who could forget the Bar Buddy?
Oh, Jesus.
Why'd
you just brought up Man of Steel, dude.
I do kind of remember. I mean, I remember
that
there are assholes in a bar who are mean to Clark in one scene.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are they the ones where the truck ends up crucified on top of the thing?
He ends up impaling their truck on a...
I remember the movie.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway.
That's not his only superhero credit, because he also played Stryker Soldier in X2. So, who could forget? He was amongst Stryker's army, That's what a lot of these Canadian people, they end up in small little parts in the big Hollywood movies that come through town.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so cowboy though.
Here's the thing. Yeah. We also find out that Damien's in love with his wife. Is she dead or just very far away? She's dead. Okay. Yeah. So there seems to be a flirtation thing going on between Quintana, who's very kind of into Damien, but she's like given space. And then there's a deal where he's really stressed out.
Yeah.
And she goes, Quintana says to Damien, like, let me help with that. And he goes, look, you're very attractive, and I'm totally cool with the vampire thing, but I heard that when vampires mate with somebody, it's like a Black Widow situation. Yeah. And she goes, no, it's not like that. And besides, she says it is. She says it is,
but I'm not talking about that.
Oh yeah, it is, but I'm not talking. Yeah. And we also find out that she wasn't, even though that she's a vampire, she was originally human and got turned.
It is one of those scenes we see a lot where it's like, let's meet in the corridor and tell each other our backstories.
Very much so. And so she goes, look, it won't be like that with you. I have a way to relax you, which is kind of sexy, but you'll be surprised. It's not between you and me.
She literally calls it vampire tantric sex.
Yep. What she does is she basically brings a memory of him and his wife out of his mind and allows him to re-experience it. So he's like going, oh, Quintana, this is great. So basically he's jizzing in his pants. Sorry, listeners.
Well, she's just keep in mind that she must just be standing there, right?
She's just standing there. Basically, maybe she's experiencing it too, but we don't know. No, but basically she's not bringing it forward.
She is.
And the whole thing is that Rosa walks by and overhears him going like, oh, Quintana, that's the best. And she gets even angry. She's like, God damn it. Can't trust that guy. He's hooking up with the vampire chick who I don't trust.
Man.
So I doubly don't trust. Don't like these people.
Yeah, none of this makes any sense.
No, but it's powerful interpersonal relationship.
And then I like later when he does explain, he goes, no, I wasn't having sex with her. I was having sex with my wife. And this is some of the worst dialogue in the way she goes, your wife, but she's dead.
Yeah, I know.
And he's like, no, it was a vision in my head. And she's like, oh. And then he's like, I don't know, maybe you should try it. How about you need to get laid? Turned it back around on you.
That
sets up the great little beat at the end of this movie.
The sexy beat.
Yeah,
which is,
man.
Again, they're like going,
well, I guess sexy
in this season.
Yeah.
You'll see more of this.
If you want more mind sex, tune in each and every week for Bloodsuckers.
Yeah, mind sex, even if it's kind of lesbian mind sex. It's coming.
So they once again run into another base under attack When they get there, though, these are a different kind of vampire, because Quintana, she goes, these vampires are venomous.
Yeah, this is actually on. Oh yeah. This is on not a. It's like a dive truck stop type planet.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like a base, but
it's
yeah,
some kind of way station in space. Yeah.
The whole thing is that Quintana's around
Yeah.
working with Visan because she knows most vampire species, and they're like, "We thought you knew all of them." She goes, "There's a lot of them, you dick."
Yeah.
But she can kind of smell them.
I'm a vampire, she's like, not a computer. Yeah. Come on, man.
So they break into this kind of like nightclubby thing. We're coming up on my favorite scene in the entire movie.
I just what she says about the venomous vampires is they like them dead but still warm.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is that they go in and they're attacked by, actually, I don't know if it's like just a skinny actor that they put makeup on. This is one of the better makeup jobs in the movie. Is this guy that comes at them is like a skeletal vampire looking dude, and the makeup's pretty good for one scene.
The guy who does that, the guy who plays that part is named Jeff Redknapp. He is a makeup artist himself, and also does a lot of creature roles and things.
And I assume he's thin, because this guy
he's
pretty skeletal.
He's a skinny little guy. He's also a Muppeteer. He's a puppeteer for the Henson Company.
Well, I think we're about to see his work in that area too.
Yes.
So anyway, this guy comes at them going, and they take him down. And he's laying on the ground, and then, shades of alien. Yep. His guts are starting to move around, and then it's Quintana's like, see, he wasn't the vampire, he was the host.
Right. These are worm vampires that get inside of a host and then operate it, basically.
So it pops out, and she goes, actually, one comes out and attacks them, and they're like, ah!
Yeah. And then they're like, use your taser.
Yeah. And so that one's done. And they're like, wait, another one's coming out. Don't kill this one, because I need information from.
And then the best part of the movie. I'm like, okay, yeah, alien kind of worm creatures that are vampires.
This chest burster thing comes out.
Did not expect this thing to talk.
Did not expect it to talk. Loved every second of it.
You loved all
It's a pretty well done makeup.
The gleep glop.
Yes, but it is a hand puppet.
It is, yeah.
Clearly, even though it is all shiny and it's got teeth and stuff. And yes, she starts talking to it in vampire language, which does sound like Star Wars Gleep Glop.
It's totally Gleep Glop shit. And I do like, she has a line where she goes, I recognize his tongue.
Yes. And it is so hand puppet. And I'm laughing my ass off. That was funny enough.
Yep.
But then it's similar to before with Flag. Now I'm remembering his name.
Yep.
It's similar in the fact that they get information out of it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it makes Roman, the cowboy hat guy, have a flashback. He's like, these fuckers, because it's basically saying humans are idiots and we're going to take it. And he's like, they killed my family. We get a flashback to his family dying.
Yeah.
And then so even though they don't have all the information out of this little hand puppet, he's like, it's going to die. I'm killing it. Also, it's this weird edit where it looks like it takes his gun seconds. I'm like, the thing could have jumped out easily or run away, but instead we get a close-up of the hand puppet.
Yep.
And it goes right before he blows it away. That is my favorite scene in this movie.
That is
the
great.
Hand puppet screaming, and that could be a meme. And then that could be a GIF I should use from here on out.
Yes. And then he keeps shooting, and it's Damon who's like, hey, man, it's already dead. You can only kill it once. And he's like, oh, I hate vampires.
Yeah.
And I do also like Quintana going like, I was talking to that thing.
It was giving us info, and you ruined it.
You bastard. Well, he's out of control. He's so traumatized. Yeah. God, that was dumb.
It was so dumb, and I loved it.
Well, and then he tries to fight Quintana. He's like, you don't tell me you're a vampire too. And he just, I believe in my notes here, he proceeds to embarrass himself, is what I wrote.
Yeah, he pretty much does.
And then this is where, out of nowhere, watching the security footage of this, is AJ Cook, brother DeLuise, and somebody else, and they're like, look at these idiots. What I did, that's what I enjoyed, when they're just like, look at this. This is stupid.
It is literally like, remember these guys?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, wait, what?
And the DeLuise guy's like going, I don't think this is going to work. And she's like, no, our plan is perfect. This is all going according to plan.
I don't think.
Is this when Michael Ironside first shows up?
And then he walks in, because that's the reveal that who are these people? Oh, they're working with vampires. And in comes Michael Ironside with his elf ears and
and his forehead scars.
Yeah, and he is playing Muko.
Yeah, Muko.
Hello, everybody. I'm Muko. But
Muko.
He is having so much. He's like, yes, everyone, I'm Muko, and soon they will pay for. The movie borderline just has him go, remember that guy from the beginning? That was my brother.
That was my brother.
And now I'm
like,
bad.
but you hated him. And he goes, yeah, I hated him, but they're humans and they murdered my brother. And
that's my motivation. Anyway,
that's my motivation.
Excuse me, I have to take this call from David Cronenberg.
And I'm working with you guys. Yeah. It's an evil conspiracy.
Yeah, it's but like in a like once again, sort of in like, he's also kind of gaslighting, because he's like, that's right, us vampires aren't so bad. They're right. Look at these humans. They're the bad guys. Because of course
you have misjudged me.
That's right. He is not doing
all I want is a hug.
Come on, come here. Come to Muko. Bring it in.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Yeah. Gather around Muko, everyone.
Let's hug it out.
Yeah, let's hug it out.
Muko and the humans. Come on.
Muko and his friend, the humans. And then it is
Muko and the humans.
And then you can actually see Michael Ironside leave this scene to go to the set to shoot his other scene so he can be done for the day.
Yes. I mean, again, we had talked about, because I had never heard of this movie before last week, and you're like, yeah, Michael Ironside's in it. I kind of knew going in that there wouldn't be a lot of him.
There's never a lot of the people we actually know. They're too expensive for these things.
But again, that guy, I just love him.
Well, because he's always, and this is a perfect example, though, where kind of like when we have a Rutger Hauer, it's like these guys will come in and deliver as much as they can with the material they're given. They're pros. Yep. They're not going to phone. Yep. He's not phoning it in. They got their money's worth, whatever they paid them.
They got more than their money's worth.
I have to go record another Splinter Cell game. Oh, I forgot he was the voice of Darkseid on Justice League. That's a great choice.
Oh.
That is a great choice.
Yes, and those are some of the best episodes.
Yeah, those rule. Michael Ironside, the best. And yes, I know you were wondering, he did do a Criminal Minds, so don't worry.
Okay. All right. But not a Special Minds.
That's not a show.
Says you.
Your old friend Janine was on one of the Criminal Minds spinoffs. She was on Suspect Behavior. Criminal Minds : Suspect Behavior.
I thought you were going to bring up my old friend Paget Brewster, who
that's right. Well, of course, she was in the flagship show for it, and still is on there, actually.
Is she? Is that thing still going?
Well, they've restarted it now. It's a Paramount Plus show.
Well, I'm very happy.
Criminal Minds Evolution. So because the
I
killers.
I saw her on a Kroll show that I had never seen the other day. I was like,
Kroll show was so good.
It was so good. She played Bobby Bobble Service's
That's right.
mother.
She was the mother. My mother.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I was like, damn, good for you, lady. She's so funny.
She's
anyway,
very funny. She's not so funny on Criminal Minds.
Good for people I used to know who are very successful.
Yeah.
And both of which I had major crushes on. What? That's right. I've made it official on the podcast.
How? I can't see why either one of them.
Yeah.
They're not
beautiful and talented.
They're not attractive and very funny and charming at all.
No.
Anyway, all right. So yeah, Ironside's like, I want vengeance from my brother. Anyway,
I also went to school with Michael Ironside and had a huge crush on him.
Well, come on. As soon as he opened that mouth, he said, "Hello, I'm
that voice is
That's
gold.
right. Yes. Apparently, I haven't seen Blackberry yet, but he's in that. I've heard very good things about that.
I don't even know what that is.
It's about the invention of the Blackberry.
Oh. Man, what is with all these movies where it's like, let's do a movie about the invention of Crocs or whatever the hell it'll be?
I've heard Blackberry is excellent. So
okay.
It's got Jay Baruchel and then Glenn Howerton. So
all right, I watched that Beanie Babies movie.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
I mean, why not? And I forgot. Yeah, that's right. He was a bad guy on Barry as well. So Michael Ironside's still out there, man. Still doing
the best.
It. Just the best. Yeah. And that's the thing. He's another one of those guys we talk about where it's just Teflon. He can show up in this and it will affect his carear in no way. You still want him.
It's very true.
Yeah. It's just like, well, we still got another Ironside role. All right.
He's Teflon.
When was he going to do an Ironside remake, though? That
is a missed opportunity. Michael Ironside is Ironside.
I know. They got Blair Underwood for the remake. Come on. I know everyone needs to be younger and sexier.
I like Blair Underwood.
I love Blair Underwood, but I'm like, as Ironside? And the only thing I remember is the one stupid scene from the pilot where he's like, we couldn't find the gun. He's like, it's under the couch. And they're like, how do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm in a wheelchair.
Because I'm low to the ground.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, and I did see that and just go, Blair Underwood, you deserve better than that. That is bad writing, man.
It's quite possible that's why the program didn't last.
That did not last, no. And also, no one wanted younger, sexier Ironside. I'm sorry.
It really didn't. Just like no one wanted younger, sexier Kolchak. Back to Kolchak.
No one wanted sexier Kolchak, and then don't even get me started on that Prime Suspect remake as well.
I am not going to get you started.
Maria Bello in a hat.
I love Maria Bello.
I do love that too, but it's like, give her own show. Don't have her do a recycled Helen Mirren show.
Yes, agreed. Again, that's where we lucked out with Natasha Lyonne, even though I was very much hoping she would be a Columbo. But
just make her a Columbo. I want more of that.
But it ended up being, this is what I wanted.
I would love to watch a Blair Underwood detective show. He doesn't have to literally be Ironside, though.
You're right.
Yeah,
we are in agreement.
Yeah,
and we're moving on.
Yeah, all right. So, all of a sudden now, because of this, Rosa, our tough girl, is like, "Hey, man, I've had some time to think about it. Maybe you're an okay captain, actually."
Yeah, but it's only because of him being a badass and basically saving them and all that stuff. It's not like after the sex thing.
And so there's some technobabble. They tech the tech in the parlance of Star Trek.
It's this nonsense about every ship has to file a flight plan kind of thing. I'm like, is this something that's just occurred to a group of space pilots?
And so they're like, but hey man, corporate also just sent us a message saying they need us to go somewhere. What do you guys think? Should we go seek vengeance for our captain, or should we follow what the man in charge wants to do?
And they're like, I think you know.
Mm-hmm. And then of course Quintana's like, by the way, I have to go because Cortana is the character from Halo, and every time they said Quintana, it would screw me up because there's already another space franchise. Movie,
I was like, they're not calling her Cortana, and then it turns out they weren't.
But like, okay. She, even though that's an AI character, kind of a similar purpose as the person who's always giving the information and stuff.
That was one of the confusions, is because they're like going. When she first showed up, they're like, Quintana, what's the range on that? And they just cut to her on the radio going, they're over to the left. And
I thought the makers of Halo were probably on the phone with somebody. No,
I was like, oh, it's not Cortana.
But she's the one who comes. She goes, that's not what the message said. And he's like, I know, but I needed them to think I'm a rogue badass, basically.
Yeah.
And she's and then the vampire's like, gotcha. Wink.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he has to tell more of his backstory. She's like, I don't understand. You seem like such a good leader. How did you get thrown out of the military? It's like, well, actually, my geriatric old captain fucked up.
And I took the blame to save his name.
It was sort of it seemed like it was some kind of Kane mutiny situation, and
yeah.
and this guy took the fall for him and got drummed out of the military for it.
Yeah, it's like, wow, so he really is perfect, even though he seemed weirdly inexperienced and scared.
I know, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, where it's like, oh no, wait, he only got drummed out of the military on a technicality because he was being honorable. Wait, why is he a bad soldier then? I don't understand. Thanks, movie. Yeah. That's the movie, folks. They run into...
I know that we've been soft on this movie. Yeah. Understand, everybody.
It's bad.
It's not good.
No, it's really
a bad
movie.
But
But once again, it's watchably bad. This is one of those movies where, I mean, I knew it was bad going through it, but like now that we're going through it point by point, you realize just how much of it is really, like, none of it works really.
And nothing pays off.
No.
Except for, weirdly, they do their very basic character work to where there's an arc at the end. Everyone's
That's how low the bar has gotten on this show, that there is the basic building blocks of an arc in this story.
Yes.
And that is so impressive to us.
Each other to becoming friends and trusting each other.
The fact that characters have different thoughts at the end of the movie than the beginning puts this well above most of the films we watch.
Word.
But how about this action scene where I love anytime they use this, they go, oh no, it's a fleet of battle cruisers, and they're all vampiric.
Yeah, they're all vampiric. And by the way, every time we're out in space, as in anytime we're flying around, oh boy, man,
the effects are actually worse than even Sci-Fi Channel shows. Really, they're pretty bad, and the Sci-Fi Channel shows varied in quality. Because that Flash Gordon show I was just talking about, even that, and it didn't lean on ships. I think that's another problem here
and that kind of tech.
Don't do
even
space
that had
battles.
Better CG.
Don't do space battles if you can't do. That's the thing. It's like, don't write them in then. Take them out. Because
if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
But this isn't a space battle, because the way they get away from this is they just turn in the other direction and fly really fast.
And they're like, they're not expecting us to turn around and go at them. Like, wow, you truly are a masterful admiral of space.
And then the whole thing is like, the engines are buckling. He's like, no.
Kirk is standing back there, like, with his notebook out, going, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just drive away really fast.
Oh,
and then the whole thing
turning
is
around.
Screw you, Khan. You don't see this coming. Bye.
Jesus.
And they talk about, like, they're flying away really fast, so all the actors are doing the, like, whoa, I'm taking the G-forces.
This is the worst Trek turbulence acting I've seen.
Somebody needed Jonathan Frakes to come in and consult on how to do space flying acting.
It is so bad.
I do love what Frakes talks about. A couple seasons into Next Generation, they got so good at it. They were like, just give us a number. What is it? Is it like a 4? Like, what level of shaking are we dealing? When you need like a 4 or 5? Okay, got it. Yeah. And they were all just so locked into what level you could just modulate the level of space shaking.
Oh, so good.
Perfect.
Give us a number.
Yeah. Just, what is it? It's a 6? Okay, got it. Yeah. All right, we can do that.
Wow.
Yeah, so they fly away really fast. But I love that they're all doing the G-force acting. And at a certain point they go like, we're really taxing the engines. And the guy's like, no. This is sort of his Kirk moment where he's like, keep going a little bit longer, even though she's gonna blow. They're doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But he's just like, no, just keep running away a little longer. And we see that, like, the vampire ships are like breaking apart because they can't keep up.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, yeah, man. Even Han Solo's not doing this shit, No. Don't hide in an asteroid or do anything cool like that. Or just fly away really fast.
But, it turns out later that I would be more respectful of the amazing captaining here.
Yeah.
Except for we find out later that they wouldn't have destroyed them anyway, because the whole plan was to actually get them to that planet.
Right, because they end up on this desert planet.
Yeah.
Which is where we'll,
This is where our final final countdown.
Yeah, this is where the climax of the movie is, because oh no, because they do talk about there's a desert planet. There's nothing there except for the whole thing is like there's nothing on this planet, and they're like, that'd be a perfect place to hide then.
Yeah. I know.
This planet's a little too empty.
By the way, I will say this isn't this planet. This was an earlier scene, but I love the way they're like, no, it's not all going to be British Columbia.
Yeah.
Though it is. It's like this planet is a rock quarry and we have an orange filter on the camp. So that's an alien
that is
world.
This planet. That's the desert
planet.
planet.
Right. That is this planet because they walk so far, then it becomes night. I think it's hilarious. I can't go on anymore.
They take refuge. Talk about feeling like Star Trek. They do take refuge in a cave at a certain point, and you've got to have a cave episode.
Oh my god,
love a cave episode. The Lower Decks episode, the cave episode, is so funny because it's such a specific.
It turns out that show is pretty funny.
It's such a specific thing though that they end up in a cave and then they all share memories of their favorite cave missions. And I'm like, God damn it, what a specific and perfect thing to parody of Star Trek. So yeah, they land on the planet and they're like, oh no, there's a drone coming for us. And Cowboy Guy's like, no worries, my crazy future gun can shoot a rocket that takes down that drone, baby.
My crazy future gun can shoot a CG at a CG.
And it is a bad CG rocket. But then... oh no, he blows it up, but the remains of it crash into their ship and blow it up.
Their ship is blown up, and then this is what I love. This is what and there's for half a second they're like, Roman, run away. You're too close. And don't worry, he survived. So did his hat.
Yeah.
But when they're walking through the wreckage of their ship, I felt sympathy.
Yeah.
I felt sadness because it is so high school production where they took some metal scrap from a scrapyard and put it in this, and probably they had to clean up after, I'm sure. So they're like going, make sure you know where every part of it is. And then they put some little smoke bombs in there. So it's smoking metal scrap that doesn't look like it was anything like the satellite of love that they had been in before.
And then it's real. And then you have Rosa having to be like, everything I ever knew was lost.
All my 1990s clothing gone.
And so they have to go into the cave, and then
they have to go in the cave. Then there's a scary vampire thing, monsters, and
now our heroic captain guy is like, you guys get down into that shaft opening. This planet was empty, by the way, and nobody's weirded out that there's like a control hatch.
Well, they're running from this thing, and then during like a life or death, like we have to escape this terrifying giant vampire monster.
Yeah.
Roman like hits something, goes, "Hey, there's something under the dirt." and while the thing's after them, he brushes it off, and they're like, "Oh, it's a hatch."
Yeah.
And yes, this is where Damien's like, you guys get down there, I'll protect you.
And so he's shooting at that thing. And there is some line about, we don't even know what's down there. They're like, we don't have a choice. We gotta go. And then I think they brought in Joss Whedon just to write this scene where Cowboy Guy lands on Rosa and there's an awkward sexual beat. Because nobody finds that shit funnier than Whedon, man. Yeah. The Flash.
In fact, Whedon actually showed this scene to Gal Gadot.
Yeah. And goes,
during the shooting of Justice League.
He goes, we're doing that. And while you're at
this is what we need to go for.
And while you're at it, why don't you learn some English, lady?
Also, Ezra's going to end up right between your boobs. Yeah. That's what they missed here.
Yeah.
Is that
that's the key.
They're face to face.
Man, he doesn't even have to show this.
Should have been in her boobs.
He doesn't even have to show that. He can just show his own movie, Age of Ultron, where the exact same thing happens.
Yeah. I kind of wish he had been self-aware enough to go, oh, I've already done that.
No, because you can never have enough guy falling into boob scenes. It always
Apparently,
works.
Joss Whedon is a bigger anime fan than I ever thought. That's such a trope from anime. I'm a klutzy guy. I just met a girl. I tripped into her boobs.
But the joke here is he lands on top of her, and he has some line about like, hey, lucky you, or something like that. Some kind of like, yeah.
And she's like, fuck you, I'm tough.
Yeah, I did think it was unnecessary for her to say I'm tough, but to each their own, man. It's his movie, so
I'm quite possibly gay or bisexual, and I'm tough.
You'll have to watch the show to find out the answer to that.
And then the actor goes, really? Did we get picked up? And she goes, no, it's just wishful thinking.
Yeah, it's all just we think if we put enough dialogue in the movie like that, they'll be forced to pick us up. So
we're gonna end this whole thing with a girl-on-girl tease.
It's one of my favorite things.
Hey, that's what sci-fi's after.
Dan Harmon, when he wrote the last episode of season 5 of Community, when he has the line, he goes like, well, we'll see each other again next year. Yeah, and if we don't, it's because everyone died in an asteroid strike, and that's canon unless you hear otherwise. Just daring NBC to cancel it. I love it so much.
It's so great.
It's so good.
That's canon unless you hear otherwise. Oh, Mr. Harmon.
Yep, that man is very funny.
He's also funny.
He's very funny.
Turns out.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah. So let's see. So they're now down here, but what's this? They're surrounded by all the vamp. There's no way we can fight our way out of this. And then lights turn on. Oh, wait. This was all a setup. Man, a lot of things had to go right, by the way, for them to end up in... This really worked out for the bad guys.
They actually bring the thing up because he does go, so if we hadn't found the hatch, would you guys have come out there and rescued us from the vampire monster guy? And they're like, yeah, we would have.
Don't worry. They had like a choose your own adventure string of like, if they go here, we do this. If they do this, we go here.
If they run into that big creature, I guess you guys ready to go out there and rescue him so we can have this big reveal.
But it is sort of like, man, this like the ship has to get destroyed, which they didn't do. That just happened. Then they have to hope that they took refuge in this specific. I wish you hadn't
brought that up because I didn't even think of that, and it's absolutely obvious. Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the stupidest.
And they had to count on them taking refuge in this specific cave and then finding this specific hatch and landing down there. Really worked out for the bad guys here. When they what now? Sorry.
When they turn on the lights, it's just, no, that's all right. Did I cut out?
Yeah.
Things got choppy.
Yeah.
But when the lights go on, it is sort of like, hey, look, it's all our friends. All the various vampire races are here.
Yeah, and they're going like...
except for the hand puppets, because the hand puppets, they cost too much, and we couldn't think of a way to have them slither across the floor.
And so they're like, all right, everybody, drop your guns, and let's have a conversation about what's going on here.
And then Blondie, your friend, shows up.
Yeah.
And they're like, you were in on this?
You're talking about JJ from Criminal Minds.
See, again, she's your friend. She's not mine.
She's the PR person who does all the press conferences about the serial killers they're hunting.
That's not a Chong Chong show. So do they have their own like signature sound?
They don't have their own. The thing is, they have a quote at the beginning of every episode. They have one of the actors read a quote that somehow connects to the theme of the show.
That's odd.
That's their thing.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, that's their thing. It's a very literate show. Very literary.
Chong Chong.
Chong Chong. No, that is not from the Great Dick Wolf. I wish though. No, I do love a Dick Wolf program. All right. So they go.
Yeah.
But I like when the captain goes like,
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Well, what would the old captain do? And she's like, when he's like, well, I'm trying to be a good captain. Rosa, what do you think I should do? And she's like, well, it's either talk to them or die. So I think our options are pretty, like, she does have a line where she just goes like, I don't know what else would you think we would do?
Yep.
And so he's like, all right, then let's talk about it. And they go back into I love this. He alone goes back into like the offices, and they just are held there by Peter DeLuise. No, not Pete. Sorry, Michael DeLuise. Peter DeLuise was on 21. Peter DeLuise was on 21 Jump Street. This is Michael DeLuise, who was on Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what he played on Gilmore Girls, though.
He was one of the people. He's one of the people in the town.
All right.
One of those Stars
Hollowing person.
Stars Hollowing, whatever. Yeah, he played TJ. Who could?
By the way,
TJ,
Burbank, California.
What?
Warner Brothers backlot. Burbank, California.
No, come on. You can't. That's not
Yep.
possible.
I saw them doing snow in July. Honest to God.
And I have seen that gazebo in many a Warner Brothers production. So
yes,
I've seen
that
so Stars Hollow's town square is very familiar in a lot of places. So
it's like, oh my God, is it an episode of The Music Man? Not an episode, but you know what I'm saying.
So
anyway,
they go back there. We get this whole. This is where you get the whole. AJ Cook has her whole thing about. Oh, the vampires actually, this is their place, and this
is their place, and we're the intruders.
Once again, she's not wrong, but the movie is just like, they're like, but people died, man. But I also thought, because he responds like, what about all the people they've killed? But then once again, it would be easy to go like, yeah, but they didn't.
Well, they wouldn't have been killed if they had stayed on Earth.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, is that wrong? Like, it's not like the vampires came to Earth and then we had to,
I think you meant to say came to Earth.
Earth. Welcome to Earth. Well, that's why they didn't come to Earth. They were too afraid of being punched by Will Smith.
They were afraid of being punched by Will Smith, indeed.
Man, when I saw that movie, people cheered when he did that.
Oh, I cheered.
That movie is a pure crowd pleaser, man. That is
a pure crowd pleaser. It is a perfect popcorn movie.
It is,
as long as you don't give it any thought.
No, it is just the right amount of thought-proof movie for a huge summer blockbuster.
But acceptably dumb.
It's acceptably, and it's just smart enough for that kind of, what I mean? Like, it's just, it's got just enough cleverness in it. It's
just enough.
Yeah.
Because you look at their other works and you're like, no, guys, you never got close to that level of perfect stupid.
Nope, not again. It was,
not again.
And especially when they did the second one is horrible.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Reviews were so bad, I avoided it.
It was really bad. Really bad. So, yes, and this is, of course, when they reveal, like, oh, you don't want to be a vampire? Well, how about this? Your old friend, the captain, he's a vampire now.
And he walks out, and not only do you turn, to a vampire, apparently you do turn into a real asshole.
I know.
Because there's none of that conflict thing where he's like going, guys, I got to tell you, it's pretty cool being a vampire. Listen to what he's saying. Instead, he comes out, he's like, I am evil now.
I know. I did think that
Plus, he died, I don't know, let's say a week before. Let's say a week or something. Yeah. Why is there still blood on his neck?
Yeah.
The makeup is like, I'm like, he got the pointy ears. Apparently your ears go pointy. He's got the fangs.
They love
the makeup's not bad, but he still has like a torn open bloody neck. And I'm like going, really? A week later, you haven't healed up in a vampire fashion?
Yeah, in fact, as we know, I don't know about these vampires, but often the vampires we see have healing ability and so, don't have that. But no.
Yeah, but don't believe those fairy tales. This isn't that junk. We know about real vampires out here because we're V-Sane.
And he goes, you're going to be a vampire whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and they're like, what happened to you? And he's like, look at me, I'm immortal. It's pretty cool.
I don't understand. Like, why do they want this? Because they're like, well, if we turn, all right, if you join us and become a vampire, we'll let the rest of your crew go. And he's like, no dice.
Yeah, who knows why?
And then, of course, Ironside is just, like, my note literally says, Ironside is there, too.
Yeah, I mean, he only shows up really to kind of cackle in a villain way and go, this is all a plan.
But here's the thing.
And then, after Blondie says the whole thing about, this is our thing, he goes, thanks for your help.
Yeah, because that's the thing where she goes like, no, we want to bring bring peace to the vampires and humans. My line says like, no, we don't.
No, we don't. Take the boys, and they just all.
No, he shoots her first because it's one of my least favorite things in the world, was a vampire with a gun. Because why does a vampire need a gun?
Right, exactly.
He shoots.
Why does a werewolf need to drive? Check out Werewolf, ladies and gentlemen. One of the finest films ever made.
One of the greatest images in the history of cinema is just that werewolf going,
AKA Arizona Werewolf.
That's definitely like it. That's maybe a top 5 MST3K.
That is
a brilliant one.
Mitchell, Werewolf. These are some things you have to watch right now.
Mitchell. The other one I also is the other Joe Don Baker, Final Justice, is also very good.
Final Justice, where one of my favorite MST3K lines is, "Hey, you're not ribs." Sorry, guys, we got distracted by something that is funny on purpose.
Oh man!
Anyway,
and anytime anybody brings it up, it's like, no, I gotta go watch more MST3K. It's the best. It's just the best. So yeah, he shoots her, and then of course we got to have the fight between the old captain and the new captain. And then
yes,
for reasons like all of a sudden Deloise and the other guy are like, yeah, you know what? Actually, maybe it is bad to side with the vampires, so we're with the vampire hunters now.
Yep.
And so everybody. A lot of my notes are down the stuff is like people fighting, everyone is shooting.
Yeah, I mean, and we just watch notable-ish bad guys, or at least like that one has a unique look. We just watch them get killed.
Yeah.
And the heroes almost die, but not.
And then the thing that really made me laugh is Damien stabs Jolando partially, and he's like, "Oh, I'm almost dead. That's almost piercing my heart." And he's like, and Damien has said things. Goes, "Remember when you told me not to hesitate? I took the lesson." But I thought, you saying that is you hesitating.
You saying that is
you are currently hesitating. Yeah.
You remember that time you told me not to monologue when I'm killing a guy?
Yeah.
Well, I took that lesson. In fact,
it reminds me of a story from my childhood. I was 8 years old.
No, wait, you didn't take the lesson. You are monologuing the fuck out of this.
Also, I thought this would have been a chance to have Jolando show some of his humanity again, where he's like, "Please, yes, kill me." No, he's just once they turn him, he's just pure evil.
He's pure evil. He is a cackling villain, and actually, this is where we see the limitations of a Jolando actor. Even though, like we said, I like
limitations. This man can do anything.
Except be a cackling villain, because I'm not buying it.
It's not a natural fit for him at all.
No.
Yeah, I don't care how much
monster
makeup you put on him.
Stalwart hero guy, sure.
Yeah, I mean, he is always that. He's frozen forever as that guy on Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, who's always
at the beginning of and that's the reason why he was hired for something like that, because you see him at the beginning of this thing, and you're like, yeah, you're a good hero actor guy.
He needs to be staring off into the distance going, yes, that is what we shall do. You know, like...
Yeah, or like going, it's okay, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm your stable mentor type character.
That's exactly what he is. He's very... I mean, it's a little bit like what we talked about with Boxleitner last week, where it's like, these guys fit really well into a certain box.
A particular box, and don't ask them to do anything else.
They really can deliver at that.
Yep.
And that's fine.
Anything else is a weird...
You know, I don't buy Jolando as a vampire. I don't buy Bruce Boxleitner as a cowboy. It just doesn't work.
No. A cowboy named Jones.
It's me, Cowboy Jones.
Cowboy Jones.
Yeah, so that happens. And then... I do like, once again, another very not vampire move is Ironside grabs the cowboy guy and he's like, and puts a gun to his head. It's just like, that's it. Yeah. Everybody back off or I blow this dude's brains out.
Yeah. Uh-oh, vampires got a gun.
And everybody's like, just be cool, man. Don't do anything crazy. All right. Yeah. And he's like, I'm taking this ship, and your friend, and then the Damien just gets behind him and stabs him. And once again,
with like a staff kind of thing.
Michael Ironside is like, I have to call back Bruce Timm about more Justice League episodes.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, really? That's what's taking me out? Okay, I'm dead.
Yeah. So ends Muko.
A character named Muko.
Oh. I mean, we were talking earlier about 90s X-Men comics. That feels like somebody in a
well, it sounds like he would be one of the
it's me,
the Morlocks.
Muko. It's Muko.
He'd be one of the Morlocks with Callisto.
Yeah, yes, Callisto. Tell me your bidding. Yeah. I shall do it.
Muko, I need you to take out Bishop.
Yes,
I'm on it.
That's right. It's me, Muko.
It's me. It's a Muko. No, you're not Italian.
Yeah. Oh, and so then they've saved the day, I guess. And they get back to the ship.
Wait.
Huh?
It sounds like you're making it sound like you weren't thrilled by that.
Thrilled by this epic climax.
Yeah.
What a
Everything's
battle.
okay, everybody. Don't worry. They make it back to the ship.
Yeah, they make it back to the ship, and they just, for some reason, they just think it's like, oh yeah, by the way, Quintana told us that the corporation really didn't give us any orders, and but hey man, that's cool.
Yeah,
with us.
you lied to us, but you lied to us for a cool kick-ass reason.
And he literally does, and this is where it felt very pilot. He goes, well, I guess we're gonna be together for a little while longer.
Yep. And also
next week on Bloodsuckers.
Wait, what ship are they on?
Oh, I don't know, because he goes like, we've just heard from corporate, they're gonna give us a new ship.
Oh right, yes.
But I don't know what ship this is that they're on currently.
Maybe like Blondie and her friends.
They probably had one, but we didn't see it. They just are suddenly on a ship.
They're suddenly on a ship, which is as badly conceived, designed, and made as their original.
Yeah. And then so everybody's like, all right, well, let's go pick up our new ship, which of course we don't have the money to show, so the movie will stop before that. But it does end, yes, with Rosa going up to Quintana and going, hey, I heard about this sex thing you do.
Yeah, I heard about that tantric sex thing. Does it have to be a memory you had, and she goes, no, it can be whatever you imagine.
And then the camera cuts out to the outside of the ship, and then she does the Quintana.
Oh, yeah. Then it's like, oh, Quintana, that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing she was mad that he said earlier. Now
I know it all. That's some brilliant.
This is
writing.
Some really tricky, writing here, man. This is some really top levels. This guy's thinking.
This guy is thinking. I don't know if it's inside the box or out, but he is definitely thinking.
Yeah, it absolutely should say executive producer Glenn A. Larson. At the end of this, because it really is just like that. That is such a TV ending, is doing that.
It is.
Joke.
It is.
Yeah.
But I gotta say that even our classic Star Trek films tend to end with similar things, where it's like, pick a star and follow it. That kind of thing. It's like, let's just go see what's out there.
Course heading, Captain. Second star to the right. Straight on till morning.
Okay.
That's Star Trek 6.
I shouldn't have set it up because you were just sitting there going, when do I do my Shatner? When will he allow me to do my
Star Trek
Shatner?
5, when Bones says, do you think God is really out there? He goes, no, Bones. He's in here. The human heart.
And then all the Christians stood up and walked out.
Fuck this shit. Fuck you, Shatner.
Fuck you, Shatner. I've been waiting years to say that.
This is the first time you've screwed up, pal. I've been waiting for it.
Finally, my feelings about Shatner can be made known.
Man, literally everything he's done before this was pure gold, unimpeachable. But now...
Oh, I'm putting my foot down.
I thought I had him on Kingdom of the Spiders, man, but nope, nothing wrong there.
I think Incubus is an overlooked gem.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that's it. We made it through Vampire Wars. The legend continues, or whatever the fuck it was called.
That's called Bloodsuckers, but whatever. Bloodsuckers. Yeah.
Yep.
And as we talk about, a significant lack of sucking blood. Really.
It really isn't a lot.
No.
There's a lot of gore. There's a lot of.
There is
like decapitations and
this really. We always do the thing about like do we recommend people watch this? No, I mean no. It's not good enough to recommend people watching. It's certainly not. It's nowhere close to the worst thing we've seen. But yeah, it's just not great. And it's really also it really doesn't, as we talk about, it really doesn't like deliver on being a vampire film at all.
No.
It's a pretty weak alien movie.
These vampires could have been zombies. It could have been Klingons. I mean, they're just they're just space baddies.
They are as close to Klingons as they are to vampires. Is exactly right. Did someone say Klingon? No. All right. I'm done.
Oh.
Klingon bastards killed my son. All right. All right. So yes. Next week though. Oh man, Brendan. I don't know. This is another first for us. It's the first film we're watching made by another auteur, the great Uwe Boll.
Oh,
that's right, folks.
Finally.
Uwe Boll brings us Blood Rain.
The first of the Blood Rain.
This begins the Blood Rain trilogy.
The original Blood Rain is the female Terminator lady, right?
Yes, Kristanna Loken. She was the TX or something like that. I can't remember what the thing is.
I don't remember what. No, I thought TX was the liquid one. No, that was the T2000.
That's the T1. That's the T1000. Arnold's the T800. Robert Patrick's the T1000, and she was like the TX or. I guarantee you it's the first thing that's gonna go. Yeah, she is the TX.
Basically, she was the naked lady Terminator.
Yeah, and her whole thing was she could manifest different weapons as part of her body. Like her hand could just turn into a gun. Because I do love that by the later ones, they're like, what else can we do?
Very similar to Guy Gardner, Warrior.
A little
Remember
bit
when
like
he
that,
was Warrior?
Of course I do. This is a very interesting movie, though, because we're jumping up to a $25 million budget on this one. This is
based on a video game.
Based on a video game.
Uwe Boll did a lot of video games.
But here's one of the interesting things about this. We have a really interesting cast, but it's also written by Guinevere Turner. Remember her?
Oh, yes.
She was a big deal in the indie scene in the 90s.
Yeah, she was an indie queen.
Yeah.
Did a lot of lesbian and queer films, and isn't she in one of the Kevin Smith movies as like a small part? Isn't she in?
Is she in?
Clerk? No, she's not in Clerks.
No, she's not in any of them. But she hung out with them because Chasing Amy is kind of loosely based on Scott Mosier's relationship with her. That he kind of.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he kind of had a crush on Gwen Turner, and she was a lesbian, and that was sort of the inkling for that movie. She's
in one of that period.
Oh, she's in Dogma. She is in Dogma. Okay, I see that now. And
Dogma.
Actually, she's in Dogma, and apparently she also in Chasing Amy, just in like small parts. But yes, she was in that Sundance scene with those guys and stuff like that. Go Fish was the big one for her.
Yes, that was a big one.
But also, she wrote American Psycho. She wrote
she was the one who adapted American Psycho. And she's in it too. She gets killed in it.
She does, yeah. She's one of the victims in it. So very interesting that she wrote it. We'll have thoughts on. She might not love what Uwe Boll did with what she wrote. But
how could that happen?
But this is another one where if we want to talk about slumming it, number one, our buddy Udo Kier is back next week. Of course, of course he is. But, there's a knight in this movie. Sir Ben Kingsley is in Blood Rain.
Now, I love Ben Kingsley, and I love the arc of his career. Yeah. But there are plenty of things where, just like another knight, Sir Michael Caine, that guy slummed it all the time.
Yep.
All the time.
Yeah, but I know someone we both love is also in it. Michelle Rodriguez is in Blood Rain.
Oh!
We love Michelle Rodriguez. I think this was sort of in a lull in her career, though, where she was not getting a lot of work. So...
as opposed to her being fired from Lost?
I think it's in that range where her career is a little... Yeah. So we'll talk about that. We also have Michael Madsen, who's certainly in good and bad. And Billy Zane. So... The Phantom himself.
Again, a guy I love who basically, I don't know if he'll ever have another like career-defining anything.
But I always liked the guy.
Yeah, he's a B stringer who I always like.
Anytime he showed up in the action stuff, we were always like, well, Zane was good in it. So.
Because he is.
Yeah.
And ridiculously handsome.
Very handsome.
I mean, was a really good Phantom.
Really good Phantom. Love that movie.
He got the assignment. He understood
totally
it.
Yep.
He brought it.
A perfect Kit Walker.
We
will talk about Blood Rain next week on the show. Yeah. I don't know anything about I never played any of the games. I don't know anything about the
Never played the video game, and I've actually never seen any of the Blood Rain movies.
Same here. So this is totally new, but I think it's in that Vampirella vein of sexy vampire anti-hero girl.
But it sounds like it had a bigger budget than Vampirella.
This is approaching legitimate movie. It's
approaching legitimate.
Approaching legitimacy, yeah. And they made 3 of them, goddammit. So,
all right, so we're in for a maybe fun time. We'll see.
Oh, God, I hope so. I've seen some of his other work with Uwe Boll, though, and I can't say it's good. So, but that'll be next week on the show. But that is going to do it for this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Brendan Jones.
And remember, there are such things as monsters.